Hello everyone and welcome back to Leroy's Kitchen. It's Indian tonight, and what better Indian dish to cook for you than butter chicken. Even if you don't like Indian food, I'm pretty sure you'll even eat butter chicken. If you're worried about curries or heat or anything like that, everyone always goes to butter chicken. And now I can show you how to cook it. So I've got a kilo of thigh fillets here. It's about 6 chicken thigh fillets diced in good chunks. For butter chicken, of course, we're going to need butter, so I've got 350-gram sticks. We had 50 grams in at 3 different times during the dish. I've got a diced brown onion, 4 cloves of garlic cut, diced as small as you can. Our spice mixture is a tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. Don't use the minced stuff, use fresh ginger. I've got a tablespoon of garam masala. Now that is a staple in Indian curries. You will need that to cook this dish. I have a teaspoon of chili powder. Now you can add more or take some out depending on the heat you want. For the butter chicken, I find a teaspoon just gives a nice heat. I've got a teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper just for a fraction more heat. Again, that's not essential, that one, or you can add more if you like it spicier. I have a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of white pepper. I've got a tin of diced tomatoes, 600 mils of full cream, thick cream. We don't want light stuff for this. It's a sometimes curry, so ensure you use thick cream. I've got some fresh parsley, coriander and some lime to finish the dish off with. And to accompany our butter chicken, I'm going to show you a simple way how to make coconut rice. Alright, time to start cooking. 50 grams of butter has gone in, or one of those sticks that I had. I'm just going to melt that down, and then I'm going to throw all the chicken in now. I don't want to cook the chicken all the way through, but I do want to cook it at a high heat so that I'm able to sear all the juices inside the chicken. It will actually finish off in the curry when we add the sauce later on. My chicken's in, browning at high heat. Remember to always cook your chicken on as hot as you can get the pan. When we put it back in later on, it will cook through the sauce, so no need to worry if it's slightly under now. We actually want it that way. So when this is all sealed, I'm going to put it in my spare bowl over here, set it aside and get onto the sauce. Okay, our chicken's sealed and set aside. Now for stage 2, we're going to add another stick of butter, those 4 cloves of garlic and the brown onion. Just add it all in together. Just got to cook this for 2 or 3 minutes until the onions soften, and then we're going to add the spices in and continue on from there. Just while this onions and garlic are cooking, I'm going to add the grated ginger. It will need a little bit longer to cook than the herbs, so I'll just throw that in now. Mix that in with everything. I'll continue to cook this down until those onions are nice and sweet and soft. Then we'll add our spices in. Our onion, garlic, ginger all cooked beautifully, so now our spice mixture, the whole lot, all in at once. I'm just going to toast them very quickly. Oh, the smell, unbelievable. So after about 45 seconds to a minute of toasting these spices, I'm then going to add the tin of tomatoes. Just added the tin of tomatoes and it's almost to a boil. When it comes to a boil, I'm just going to let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, just on full heat. Won't stick in this great saucepan. And then we'll add cream and begin to finish the dish. Okay, that's all cooked well, so in goes our 600 mils of cream. Just taking it off the heat for a second. The steam is fogging up my camera, so I'll just give that a stir. You'll start to see the familiar butter chicken colour. I'll pop that back on the heat. I'm going to bring that to the boil. As soon as I bring that to the boil, we will finish off the sauce and then add the chicken back in. Our sauce has reached a boil, so time to turn off the heat. Now to get the really smooth curry sauce that you would get in a butter chicken, I'm actually going to blend it. I've got these containers here that I use with my stick blender. So I'm going to blend all the sauce, then I'm just going to pop it back in the pot. Shouldn't be too long. My sauce is blended and back on the heat. As you can see now, it's beautiful, smooth, no lumps in the sauce, great colour. I'll just add the final stick of butter now, and as soon as that has brought to the boil and the butter's melted, I'm going to add the chicken in and turn the heat down. just added my chicken back in. I've turned the gauge down to about number 2. It spat everywhere while I was frying, so I've made a nice mess today. Now 20 to 30 minutes on that simmer, and while that's occurring we're going to make our coconut rice. So while our butter chicken is simmering next to us, I've just added the 300 grams of long grain rice and 300 mils of water into this pot. Now we're going to absorb that water into the rice, obviously. As most of you know, the absorption method requires 2 to 1, so 2 cups of water for 1 cup of rice is a good guide. But in this case, it's going to suck up all that water, and then we're going to add a tin of coconut milk, and the coconut milk will do the rest of the cooking of the rice. Our rice has absorbed that water, so now in goes the tin of coconut milk. Just give that a quick stir, and then we're going to bring that to the boil and let it simmer. And simmering for about sort of 8 to 10 minutes, we'll get alongside with the completion of our curry, and then we can serve up. Okay, time to plate up. As you can see here, my coconut rice has reduced beautifully. The rice is nice and tender now, with still a bit of extra coconut milk in there for juice, which will be awesome. The curry simmered for about 20 to 25 minutes. The rice took, 15-20 minutes to cook. So on a serving plate, I've just got a couple of pieces of plain naan. Store-bought, I just whacked it in the toaster. Good dollop of sour cream, a couple little wedges of lime. So the serve up's pretty easy. Now there's enough here to feed 6 people. So I'm just going to put a couple of spoons of this coconut rice on the plate. Pardon the steam. And then with my butter chicken, the old crusty coffee mug, 1 coffee mug full, and straight onto the plate. Give that a little clean. Okay, bring this back over to my fresh herbs. I'm just going to add some fresh parsley and coriander straight over the top. And there you have it. Leroy's butter chicken. Guarantee you won't ever buy it from the shop again. Enjoy.